Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Brightworks. Today, I'm excited to bring you some more content on this epic map, Thermal Shock v1.0. This map has totally gripped me. I'm actually falling in love with it very, very rapidly. So let's get right into it. Now this map has some interesting dynamics to it, one of which is that the lava goes down over time. And as far as I'm aware, the only other the only other game I've seen played on this map, it was only this part that went down, this sort of central area right here. But I wonder if this part starts to go down as well over time, because there's metal spots out here, right? So it has to, at some point. I don't know. I have to imagine it does. I just haven't seen it. Maybe only on those the long games. And this is a long game, so we'll probably get to see it at some point. Now we have our red team spawning here in the southeast. And we have our blue team spawning in the northwest. We have Xmax and R1 for red, our red player, and we have Grays, our blue player. Now most of these players are going to be contesting some interesting spots here. The backline is basically whoever's in the northwest and southeast corner. So in this case, they actually have two people starting up here, which is a little odd, but probably not going to be devastating. We have Dexat111, who looks like he's going for some metal extractors and then a bot lab. And we've got Minorius, which is an interesting name, but going for that bot lab off of the metal extractor start. Very nice. Now, the front lines on this map are very interesting because there's this area, which is a geothermal spot with a bunch of metal around. And then it's surrounded by lava, right? And your units can walk into that lava, so it's important that you micro them properly when you're contesting this area. The other spot is down here, where there's a little bit of nuance to this area. There's this kind of gap here, so you can kind of fight in this little bold region. And then you can fight across this front, right here. And then there's also this upper region over here that you can actually access. You can see there's a ramp right here. And so bots can climb up on top of here and walk all the way around and come down in the back of your base. So also important to contest that area as well. Looks like his team is telling him, Minorius? Yeah, Minorius' team is telling him to contest that lane. So probably going to see him be doing that. We see a air lab starting up for Knyaz. Oh, don't self-destruct it. No. No, don't do that. Oh. Okay. That's a lot of metal right down the drain. Oh, you hate to see it. Yeah, that's a ton of metal right down the drain, and that's not coming back. There was no reason to self-destruct that. Just reclaim it, man. You're already not doing anything with your commander. Just use your commander. Look how hurt he is. Poor commander. He just had to pump probably 300 metal into that thing, and then blow it up. Anyway, it looks like Grays is going to be in charge of contesting this central geothermal spot right here. Now the question is, who's going to secure all of these metal spots out here? In the other game that we took a look at on this map, the person that contested it, I believe, is playing in this spot, sort of where Sim996 is playing. And he went for an air lab, an air constructor, and some transports, and basically moved his commander as well as a air constructor vehicle, and captured all of these metal extractors out here on the islands. And it ended up being a tremendous benefit. I think it was almost like 23 metal or 22 metal, something like that he was pulling in from that whole area over there. So definitely worth contesting. And I think it'd be important to see this team start to go for that. Now we have the first conflict sort of happening down here. Some pawns and some grunts meeting in a head-on battle, arguing with their guns about who's better, Armada versus Cortex. We see some light laser tanks taking down a construction bot as well. Imperator now going to build up here. I wonder if he's going to try and start building on this row over here. We can see Black King. Is it Black King or Black King? I don't know. Either way, I'm a little contentious about saying that name. But anyway, Black has moved forward and is going to try and contest this max, but Imperator is also going to be building on this max, so that's a little bit awkward. Yeah, looks like Black notices and backs off. Black is going to be the one in charge of sneaking around this area and basically contesting this high ground. So we'll have to see what plays he goes for. It looks like he's got a bot lab out now, making a little bit of build power. Don't hate to see that at all. Tigo Zawar in the back line here. A lot of metal tied up in solar panels. Remember, guys, if you're building a advanced solar panel and you are running out of metal, like Tigo Zawar is, and you realize that you have a bunch of T1 metal extract or T1 solar panels, you're looking at 775 metal in T1 solar panels here. So, you know, take your commander, bring him over here, eat up a couple of these, or build a res bot, reclaim bot, eat up all these solar panels, and turn them all into advanced solar panels. You're gonna be way happier. You're gonna be way happier. Now it looks like Dexat has gone for the aerial construction vehicles. Gone for, how many is that there? Three aerial construction vehicles. Very nice, and he's going to be the one claiming all of this metal over here. So that's a very nice play. That's absolutely critical on this map. I think if you're playing a backline, you need to get fighters out. You need to send fighters around to patrol this area so that the enemy cannot build any metal extractors over here. A couple bombers, all that sort of stuff. And we just saw the lava level drop right there. So that was really cool. So yeah, you can see 5:30. I'm not sure when it started to drop, maybe at 5 minutes or so, but anyway, the lava level has officially receded right here. Very cool to see. But it does mean that this is now much more exposed. You can also look at the metal, the spot analysis, and you can see that these metal spots are worth quite a bit more. So we're looking at 24 or 2.4 versus 1.8, so quite a bit better. Yeah, I love to see this. Potato Poi has already taken advantage of this whole area and is now moving his units through into the back line here of the blue team. It's a very good play. Fasti using these light laser tanks as well as a medium tank in order to shut down any metal expansion that's happening over here. Always a good idea. Having more metal than your opponent is always nice. Oh. Wait, no, I misread that, sorry. Fasti is the blue team player. He's the northern player. And he's managed to essentially surround Imperator, who is now cut off entirely from his own forces. Forces which do not exist, by the way. There is no energy production for Imperator here. Yeah, what are we going for? What's the... Yeah, we're looking at a crazy metal surplus here. Yeah, I bet you need energy. You've got 65 metal energy, or 65 energy income. Compared to, well, what most other people are at, you know, kind of up in the hundreds. Yeah, Imperator, if you're taking a look at this game, if you're taking a look at this cast, taking a look at this replay, you need a lot more energy production. You're really far behind in the energy production field. So that's where you can improve right away. Also, extending out to this front line, a little bit of a overextension for sure. You're now surrounded, and there's not going to be much hope of getting your commander out without sacrificing it, and at the very best, trading it for some other commander. Forced to take a bunch of damage from this laser turret now. Well, or just standing there and intentionally taking the damage from the laser turret. Also works. Ooh, 0% health. 22 health left on the commander. Sheesh. Yeah, we do see the geothermal built up here. We see a SAM turret built, and we're going to see a T2 lab built up here. Kind of interesting. Go for more metal. Go for all these metal spots before you settle down and get all that. Or at least build another, you know, round of air construction vehicles. Commander did go down here. Not sure what killed it exactly, but it could have been anything with all of the with how low that commander was. And Fasti is going to be able to eat up all that metal as well as claim those metal spots. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Gray's doing a good job holding on to this side here, and Kanawar setting up some defensive structures up here, making sure that they can't push through this area super easily. Starting up a jammer too, it's always nice. Zetamore in a bit of trouble here. He built these front lines for his laser turrets, but those rocket bots, of course, can shoot upwards just a little bit, so they're going to be able to take out laser defenses. Relatively little trouble. Yeah, we're seeing artillery slowly starting to pick apart these front lines from ranges at which they cannot retaliate. Always very nice to see. Metal extractor will surely go down, and the line will be pushed forward. Now, this is a tremendous advantage for this blue team here. The play coming out here, taking over this. This commander is still lying there, and that's a good 2,000 metal. I think Fasti better jump on top of that as quickly as he can. Minorius is sort of slacking here. He should have a lot more units pumped out and should definitely be quite a bit further ahead here. Looks like he didn't sack his commander to get T2 up, so he's really, really far behind. Yeah, we're pretty far behind here, Minorius. You need to sack your commander to get some economy up and running. Maybe get a fusion reactor up so you can fund all of these energy converters. Something along those lines. Meanwhile, the three boys, three musketeers, three bad brothers, building away at this advanced aircraft plant. It's going to take a while, but they're not really contested by any means, so, you know, I guess I don't hate it. Al Harika has moved their commander all the way to the back for some reason. Air Lab, there we go. Well, it's about time we see an Air Lab. It looks like nobody else on this team actually has one, which is sort of interesting. Odd that Al Harika is going to be the one to go for it. But I suppose it's better than nobody. Like, we need to see some eventually. More units sneaking around here by Potato Poi. There's a light laser turret here, so it's going to melt down a few of those before they manage to get into the base. But at the cost of a metal extractor, so not bad. Solar panel 2 goes down. Also not bad. And these are mostly just going to run by and try and find what they can damage. Not a whole lot of scouting here. Let's see what this southeastern team sees. Yeah, so they kind of generally know where the front line is, but they don't have a great idea. So I'd love to see some scouting, a little bit better scouting happening. Ooh, and there's a bunch of vehicles running right into the lava. There you go. The dangers of improper routing. This is interesting. This is 1485 metal in constructors, and it is portable, to their credit. But this is a lot less inspiring. This is 1240 metal in T1 solar collectors. And that's you know, that's a lot of metal wasted. I would love to see some upgrades here, especially in the back line. There's no excuse for you to be this far down the tech tree. Oh, it looks like the lava has receded here a little bit. Yeah, it looks like this island has actually opened up here. Interesting. Looks like the lava here has receded as well. We're at 12 minutes. I'm not sure exactly when that went away. But yeah, that's really cool. So we finally get to see the receding lava line. Like the hairline of the abyss. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I love a good evolving map here and there. I think it's really cool. Bit of a counterattack going forward here, breaking through some of these frontline defenses. But there's a ton of these artillery units, so they're going to be raining down these balls of fury, trying to prevent that from happening. Looks like Fasty has gone for the turtle up and tech up strat. Quite a lot of energy collector or energy exchangers over here. Still haven't eaten this commander wreckage. No, you don't need defenses. You've already got defenses. You got plenty of defenses. Eat the guy. No, don't go for T1. What are we doing? Okay, we should be on T2 by now. Especially with a whole commander's worth of metal in our back pocket. Yeah, we're looking at some choice strategies here. We have a gauntlet out here. That's what's sieging these bases here. I'm surprised with how slow T2 has been to hit the battlefield here. Yeah, we're still on T1 vehicles, T1 tanks, and we're 13 minutes into this game. Has anybody gone for T2 yet? I know that there was T2 back here, but it's basically done nothing. Yeah, we're seeing a single metal extractor being upgraded here over the course of 20 minutes. Has this been out for... This T2 constructor has been out forever. How is he just upgrading this metal extractor now? I'm very confused. Yeah, I'm very, very, very confused. Dex tag going for more and more air, but that's slowly becoming less and less important because this lava is going to go away eventually, I assume, and then you're going to have a ground-based area over here. Yeah, I'm really confused about these front lines here. This area is really nice. Pushing forward with all this is very good. We've broken through most of the defenses from red, so we're basically just making sure that he cannot rebuild. Love to see this bot, or this this constructor rather going around. Okay, constructor turrets. I guess that's not awful. It's a little unconventional, but not awful. Moving forward to reclaim some of that metal. And we finally see some T2 bots on the field here from Potato Poi. Do we see any other T2? I'm looking for it right now. No, T1. T1. We do have T2. We have the T2 labs out, but we don't have any T2 combatants out, right? Any T2 droids. What do we got back here? We're going for a little bit of tech. Not bad. Jumping right into the advanced fusion is a little bit choice, but not terrible. Looks like we've got a lot of metal stored up here, so I'm not sure exactly where that came from, but wherever it was, that's going to be very nice. We're looking at a couple minutes on this bad boy. Yeah, that should be all right. 2 minutes in, and we'll have an advanced fusion reactor out. Going for a T2 vehicle lab. Okay, so point of coaching, right? Point of note for all of you lovely players out there. Let's take Alcara as our example here. We're at 300 economy, 300 energy rather, 15 metal, and what we have on the field right now is a bot lab, a vehicle lab, a T1 vehicle lab. We have 2 air labs, and now we're going for a T2 vehicle lab. So let's tally all that up, right? Let's count the metal in all of these structures here. 3,162 metal in all these structures. Somehow I gathered a scout craft. I don't know where that came from. Oh, it was the thing building here. 3,162 metal in structures that basically can't produce anything because we don't have enough metal income. So look, like the difficulty here is we're producing like 1 unit out of every 5 minutes out of each one of these things. We're also building a ton of static defense in our base, not even on our front line. Yeah, there's a lot wrong with this build here, and we definitely should have seen some of these reclaimed. I'm not sure why we went for 2 air labs. I'm not sure why we're going for 2 metal storages either. That's you don't even have the metal in the first place, so why would you build more storage? Yeah, we're looking at a really new player for sure. And there's nothing wrong with that in particular, but you definitely want to make sure that you learn from these mistakes and make your builds a lot more efficient in the future. Not just for your teammates' sake, but also your sake, right? You're going to feel a lot better. Because right now, I bet Alcarica is looking at this and he's thinking like, man, why do I have no units? Why do all my teammates have units and I'm just stuck with like this lame, I basically have nothing. I have all this T1 stuff, but none of the cool units are out yet. And the reason is because the build is so inefficient here. So you take these constructors, you start deconstructing these labs, you start either building everything here in this T2 lab back here for some reason. I don't know. You start reorganizing yourself so that you're more efficient. Watch some plays. Come watch the channel. Come watch a few of the games. Watch some of the pro games. They'll show you how to tech up properly, and you'll have a much better time. I guarantee it. And consider subscribing if you're really into it, or if you just want to support me, help me get to that 1,000 subscriber goal. Getting pretty crazy close there now, which is really cool to see. I'm gonna speed up the game here because I'm a little frustrated with how slow this is going. We're gonna go to 4x here. We can see blue is now pushing into yellow's base here, and the individual unit micro isn't so important because the sheer number of units is much higher. Finally see some T2 sprinters coming out here. And you can see in 4x you can actually see the lava receding a little bit easier. Yeah, you can actually watch it going down slowly. Sprinters have gone around to the back here and are going to start wreaking havoc on the economy. Very nice. Ooh, they get a commander. Yep, that hurts. It's Tigozawa's base basically torn up in smoke. Gray's now getting a little bit of pushback here, but we do see a ton of units from Potato Poi also pushing forward. Stagnant front wall here, front line, just being built up. But we see a whole lot of these sprinters running around here trying to make it through. And for what it's worth, they do make it through. Shut down by some light laser or some heavy laser turrets though. Yeah, gotta give big props to Dexat for capitalizing on all of this. I think it's a great job claiming all of this this metal infrastructure here. This isn't gonna give me exactly what I want, but well, anyway. Yeah, more and more units coming out here. These sprinters, very difficult to deal with because they're just so fast, right? I mean, they better be. Their name is Sprinter. They better be a pretty quick unit. But yeah, really difficult to deal with. We do see some Cargonets from Black coming out here. Yeah, I think this is a great unit choice. They can climb all over this, all over these walls here, so they don't necessarily need to use a ramp. I wouldn't put them on the front line though. I would definitely walk them around. Looks like I just saw somebody route something that way. Oh, it was you, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, this is great. They don't need to go that far back. But yeah, this is a really good idea. You can see he's basically going to put them up here, and he's going to walk them all the way across down here. Where we can see Minorius has basically been slacking off. Now the Cargonet they do a good job here mopping up the front line, basically cleaning up some of that static defense. But they are going to suffer badly for it. You can see a lot of them are hurt pretty tremendously. Quite a lot of Shiva being pumped out here now. I do like this from Blackwing. I keep saying Blackwing. Blacking. Blacking 99? Maybe it's Black King. Maybe that's like a Black King. I don't know. Either way. Tremendous amount of Shivas here. That's a great decision to go up to that T3 army composition because I don't think there's a whole lot to contest it, especially at this point. Gray's in quite a lot of trouble now with these Shivas pushing through. Commander goes down with relative ease. And we do see a lot of these Hounds have pushed all the way through here. At this point, Minorius is looking very bad. His team is wondering, what the hell, why didn't you contest that lane? How are there all these Hounds in our back line? And he gets wiped off the map for it. Pays for his mistakes with his life. We get the commander too. Commander's pretty low. Yep, get the commander. Very nice. Yeah, Minorius left with a single Hound to his name, and I don't think even that's going to last very long. Razorback is up here now to contest this, sort of take over the job that Minorius was supposed to be doing. But, you know, everyone's going to be a little upset about these Hounds being in the back line here. Now this is pretty nice. We do see Zartek with a tremendous amount of units contesting this lava field, or this once lava field, I should say. A bunch of air constructors building air defenses. Kind of ironic, right? Find a commander out in the wild. Managed to take it down. That's very nice. And the Cargonets have finally made it around, and they start harassing this base as well. They get burned down by this wall of beamers here, but they do quite a bit of damage before they are taken down. These Shiva clusters are definitely very powerful. They can go toe to toe with some of the best, well, with basically any T2 unit, but also with the some of the T3 units. The Razorback one-on-one is a lot better than the Shiva, but it definitely can be outnumbered, of course. I mean, basically anything in this game can be outnumbered. This I like to see, some Razorbacks pushing through the back line here. This is going to be really devastating if there's not a direct answer here. Yeah, I can already see it coming. He's going to walk right through, and they're going to find the economy structure of Blackwing here. The Shiva is a phenomenal siege option, though. Those missiles can do a tremendous amount of damage, and those AoE bursts are super lethal. In this many numbers, they're a pretty devastating force to deal with, and you definitely have to make sure that your splitting is on point, really, more than anything. Just because of the AoE effect, you don't want to let them take advantage of that. Yeah, Razorback's trying to get their best effect in here, but they are a line weapon, right? So they can't shoot over the corpses that are piled up all over the floor here. The Razorbacks are sort of changing paths here. Yeah, kind of bummed that they did that, because I think this could have done a tremendous amount of damage. Yep, we see the response here. A whole bunch of grunts to swarm the Razorback. Razorback completely missed microed here. And I think it's going to be the end of it. Whoa. That was weird. A whole bunch of stuff was handed over to Zartek, interestingly. Yeah, it looks like the Razorback was mopped up. So not a whole lot of damage was done there. I guess Light Pink suffered a lot for the Razorback walking down from the top up there. But nothing tremendous really happened. Nothing insane came out of it. Sort of a shame. That was definitely a really good play that just fell a little bit flat. There are some Razorbacks walking around here. That's very nice to see. Getting a tremendous amount of damage in. Find a fusion reactor and blow that sky high. Very, very nice. And it's quickly becoming Blacking versus Zartek in this kind of corner to corner battle. Oh my god! Look at this. This is horrible. This is horrible. Oh man. Do I even want to look? Do I even want to know how much metal this is right now? Okay, let's look. Oh, 10,950 metal. Oh, Dex.11.1. You are killing me. Absolutely killing me. 11,000 metal in solar panels. T1 solar panels. How much energy is this producing? It's producing a little bit more than a T1 fusion reactor for almost 3 times the cost. You have to try pretty hard to be that efficient. That's pretty impressive, I have to say. That is impressive. It kind of he probably feels like, you know, how are you supposed to build economy in this game without sacrificing all of your, you know, all of your space and making things better. It's fusion reactors. It's advanced fusion reactors, my friend. Gotta build them. Gotta invest in them. Make your future brighter. Build some fusion reactors. You'll thank me later. Ooh, that bugs me so much. A lot of ticks here. Getting kind of confused. A little confused there. It's all right. What's the routing on those? I'm kind of curious. Okay, very, very odd little set of instructions that they're told to accomplish there. The Razorbacks are pushing forward, though, and they're suddenly becoming a threat all over the map. Blackwing has now found this whole line of well, I don't know what to call it. It's a line of defense. It's not really guarding very much. It's guarding this sort of central outpost. I guess this is where the production here for Dexat is. The T2 production. Yeah, we got some fusion reactors coming up. Doesn't he realize how much better these are? He also has no energy converters. That's another big problem. Yeah, accessing a tremendous amount of energy here. Almost 3,000 energy. Juggernaut is finally out. Marauders are out, though. Those are quite a pain. They can do a tremendous amount of damage, and they're so quick. Really, really hard to deal with. Yeah, what a back and forth. I mean, really, this is like, it's so hard for me to tell who's winning this battle, right? Like, Blacking has now enough economy to support a bot flood. He's also got the T3 gantry up and running. But at the same time, we also have Zartek, who has plenty of economy. Probably a little bit more economy, actually. But way more of the map to contest, right? So Blacking has less specific of the map to contest, but also has a little bit less economy compared to Zartek. So we're gonna have to see who comes out on top here. This grunt flood is not doing very much. We're also not producing out of all of our labs there. Yeah, it looks like repeat was turned off for 2 of those, so we're not producing as much as we could. And it looks like we are flooding resources, so definitely going to be a good idea. Oh yeah, he's already on top of it. There we go. Put a new advanced fusion reactor. I was just reading the chat there. Just doing practically nothing. Build, man, build. Doing practically nothing. Misclick. Yeah, practically nothing. Not too far off here. We've got a nuke launcher. We've got there. There we go. That's a good. That's heavy. It's a lot of damage we can do with that. Not sure where you're gonna put it. Yeah, I don't see any weak points here. But, you know, it's like a good thought. It's good exercise and caution. Build a nuke preemptively, mutually assured destruction and whatnot. Some sprinters coming around back here, causing quite a lot of mayhem. Zar trying to fire on it and causing a little self-harm there. Not a whole lot of damage done though. Oh yeah, you can't move him so cool. that was satisfying. Hope I can get that in the thumbnail. Yeah, Juggernaut's pushing through. Why not? I'd love to see those supported with the bot spam. There's quite a lot of bots brought out here though. There's a lot of vehicles and bots here, T1 vehicles and bots, ravaging what remains of red space. Not a whole lot left there. As these juggernauts stomp forward. The juggernauts are in a little bit of pain, though. They're going to be brought pretty low by all of these units here. You can see they do a pretty good job against most of them, but you know, there's only so much you can do. I think self-destructing this would be not a bad idea. It's always a decent option here. Might be able to self-destruct this and take down a lot of these units with it. But instead, the wrecks are going to be left behind and they're going to get salvaged. So that's going to be a nice boon to the economy of purple here. It was actually able to spend all of their money all at once. Yeah, we've got vehicle labs, we've got gantries, we've got bot labs. We've got everything under the sun producing as many units as possible here. Now we've got a nice contingent of Shivas and some grunts here. Are we routing these all the way around? No, we are not. We're just sending these about halfway around. Yeah, I think this is the right move. You send them here, and then you send them up, and you harass from the back here. That relieves so much pressure from the front lines here. Helps your teammates manage to actually get themselves uprighted. Very nice. You see some Titans moving in here. And yeah. Bombers, not a bad idea. You know I love me some bombing. Okay, we're looking to target the economy centers. Virtually no anti-air though, so that was a really good decision here with the bombers. They do manage to blow up quite a lot of energy converters. Not a lot over there for them to target. They switch targets to the advanced fusion reactor. I'd love to see that. Or are they going to get it? Yep, they come in for a second bombing run. And they do manage to get it, and that's Zartek. Completely wiped off the face of the planet. Excellent play there by Blacking. He actually managed to completely swing the tide of this game around. Yep, that completely shifted the entire game here. Now we can see that the trickle of force is going to slow down tremendously, and all they have to do is mop up these residual forces from purple, and they're going to be able to hold on quite nicely. Now it's no small task. There is definitely a Titan headed right for this base, but there's a Juggernaut out now too, and there's not enough energy to power the laser here. So this is down to just its basic attack, and so it does go down. Very, very nice attack from Blacking there. Yeah, that's going to win the game, that attack right there. Juggernaut here mops up this entire base, takes it all down, and that is going to be all she wrote for the northern team. We do see all of these pawns that were produced now running up north here. Bombers go back in for a second attempt. Kind of unsure of what they should bomb. You know, send one over here, send 2 or 3 over here, and put the rest to work wherever around the map that you can find them. We're seeing T3 units pumped out here, but honestly, it's not enough. Zartek running to hide in the corner, realizes that the corner is still mostly lava. And yeah, we're left with a basically an endgame situation. Oh, that hurts. What? No. What? They sniped it. Oh my god, they sniped it. From the very, very clutches of defeat, they managed to actually snipe the very last commander for the orange team, for the red team, hiding in the back line here, and they managed to bring down the very last commander. And they won the game. They had no economy left. Their last player has, you know, thousands of metal tied up in T1 solar. They had no economy left. The last production structure was over here. And they sniped the victory. What an incredible game. Absolutely, hands down, hats off, applause to the orange team. They had it in the bag. The red team, they had it in the bag. But blue, with a impressive strategic last-minute snipe to win the game there. Came down to the very last commanders. What an epic match indeed. I'm addicted to this map, and if you're addicted to this map, let me know down in the comments. And if you really feel like helping me out, feel free to subscribe. It doesn't take much time, but it does really help me out. And if you like this Beyond All Reason content, there'll be more of it on the daily for you to enjoy. Anyways, I'll show you the graphs here. Yeah, Zartek with an impressive lead there. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video.